Good morning, Z.E.R.T Nation. Once again, XP001 here. What I want to cover this morning is what I call the EP Dad, the Executive Protection Dad. So basically, what protection specialists and security details, what they apply to protect high net worth individuals, CEOs, foreign diplomats, government officials, and their families, those same tools you can apply to protecting your family. For instance, let's say you're in Idaho and you're going to make a trip down to Disneyland in Anaheim, and you're going to drive the family. You're going to pack up the whole family. So what it comes down to is what they call advanced work. So if you apply the basic tools from advanced work, protective intelligence, risk analysis, human behavior, and counter surveillance to your family trip, I know that sounds pretty crazy, but just starting off, mapping out your trip. So how many miles that you have to go to the trip, what are your alternate routes, where are your fuel points, secondary fuel points, what are you going to need in your vehicle to sustain if you get caught in a storm, get broken down on the side of the road. Now, once you've figured out that plan to get to point A to point B, and you have route A, route B, and all your contingency plans all in place, now you're going to look at your vehicle setup. You got your whole family in there, you got all your luggage. What are you going to put in your vehicle as far as a medical kit? Along, most likely, is what we call an itchy scratchy kit. All the additional medications, regardless if it's cold, allergy, if you have certain prescriptions for your kids, having additional ones on need. Also, vehicle maintenance, making sure your vehicle's up to par, your spare tire. Also, too, when you load up your car and everyone, and God forbid you have a flat tire, how is that placement? How is all that stuff set up? Are you going to have to dump everything out of the back of your SUV to get to your spare tire and jack to fix that tire? So keep all those things in considerations. Also, too, God forbid you get broke down, caught in a storm, do you have the necessary space blankets, extra food and water in that vehicle to see you to that destination? Now, Disneyland. Now, there's maps of Disneyland. There's Google Maps on the website. So now basically what you want to look at is basically know your routes. So you're eliminating risk is knowing where you're going from the point from, is your hotel on site? Are you out of sight? How long is the tram? What is the area? Is there danger areas? You can always, there's so many things that you can take into play, but let's just say you're staying at Disneyland. So to prevent getting lost or confusion, basically all you do is you map out or advance the venue. So, hey, I got the map of Disneyland. Where are the emergency exits? Where are the medical care centers? And also, too, is basically just mapping out where you're going to go to and from, so you know your routes in and out. And also, too, have those maps and studying with your wife. So if you guys do need to split up, she needs to take the kids or someone a different route, she has a map that's pre-planned to the hotel and how to get back in and out. Also, too, what type of kits that you're bringing in. If it's going to be hot, make sure you have all the proper sunscreen, all that stuff. So now you're in Disneyland, right? So doing protective intelligence, counter surveillance, and human behavioral patterns is basically all counter surveillance is, when we on a detail we're looking at, is anything outside the ordinary in an environment, which means just have situational awareness wherever you're at. Whether you're pulling in the gas station to fill up, you're waiting in line at Disneyland, you're inside a restaurant, have your head on a swivel and look for indicators that are not normal to you in the environment, and try to pick on that. We're so caught up in our phones and tablets, we really are not aware of what's going on. And that is the biggest part in basically running a security detail with the client. If there's a plausible threat, if we're in a non-permissive environment, or it's paparazzis, coming after your client, having that situational awareness and counter surveillance basically is just more situational awareness. And also, too, when you're on the road, we call it indicators. In the military, law enforcement, they call it clues, but pick up on telltale signs that maybe some dude's swerving ahead of you, or he's swerving all over the place. Do you want to stay behind him or get ahead of him? So all this, just those little things that you can apply to protecting your family is good. There's tons of books out there on executive protection, but I would really look at stuff on basically counter surveillance and human behavioral patterns, that is the biggest indicator right there, guys. Just knowing or sensing what's going wrong. Women have a sixth sense about things, so when a woman's intuition comes into play, I kind of usually listen to it. Also, too, mapping out weather conditions. Is it going to rain? Is it going to snow? Everything. That's all it is. Be the EP dad. Be proactive. Map out every possible contingency plan that could happen during your family's vacation or just going out to a restaurant. When you park, do you pull in or do you back in? Okay, let's say you're at a restaurant and something bad happens and you're grabbing your kids and you're running out, jumping in the car. Do you have to back out or can you just drive out? Backing into a parking spot is the key thing. So one, especially I always do it in, neighborhoods or shopping centers, because when I'm backing out, I can't see behind me. I don't want to hit anybody or especially hit any kids. So backing in alleviates that risk of me hitting something in a blind spot. So keep all that stuff in consideration. I hope you feel this is valuable. We'll touch up more on the individuals, what we call RVTA, risk, vulnerability, and threat assessments. And all that stuff can be applied to your daily life and protecting your family. So I hope you crush the day. XP001, out.
ZERT is what you make it. Your drive and dedication to improving your skills and helping to build a community of like-minded individuals in your area is up to you. ZERT Community Network and Training is an opportunity. Take it as far as you desire, and remember that you reap what you sow. In life, nothing that has high value comes easily. You have to want it, and you have to have the drive to make it happen. So get involved. Most importantly, always train to help better yourself so you can protect the ones you love. ZERT is not just an organization. It's a lifestyle. ZERTNation.com